Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Apex Racing TV. Alex Simpson and Scott Newton here for round number 3 of the Sim Racers Asia Proto-GT Series. We are at Donington Park. Yeah, that's Donington Park, Alex. If anyone watched my GT track guide this week, I got all confused and called it Daytona Park, so I'm not sure where I was going in La La Land. Scott, good to be here. Going to be a fun, eventful race today, I think. Donington, a great circuit, very fast, very flowing. Not so many opportunities to overtake, even though we are at the GP layout. And just looking at the sort of the gridding currently, it looks like again it's going to be very, very mixed out there as well, with the different classes all sort of mixed up.
Yeah, hey Alex, hey everyone. Yeah, definitely going to be an exciting race today, especially looking as though the Radical SRA is going to be on top today at the moment. But yeah, as you say, it's a nice and tight flying circuit, so yeah, lots of difficult opportunities to pass. So yeah, it'll be a tough challenge for the drivers out there today.
Yeah, this car obviously, this track definitely going to suit the Radical a little bit more compared to what we saw last week at Bathurst. Of course, the pure power of the GT1 was able to out the Radical there. But through this circuit, it's very, very fast and flowing. Sorry, I was just seeing sort of what happened about 30 seconds ago on the stream there. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Looking at the championship standings, it's pretty close in all the classes, as we would expect, of course, with just 3 races on in this series. So in the GT1, it's Jos that's leading. Privateer at the moment on 76 points. Well, he's actually he's joint leading. So with there in second place, DK Lee in third, and then Maluna fourth, Jeffrey Price in fifth. So a big split from the first 2 sort of after that. There's quite a gap there, so 48 points is DK Lee. So those guys seem to be running away with it just a little bit. Looking at the Proto class, it's Ross Rizzo leading the way there for Pro Force Racing with 87 points. Stephen Callahan is in second with 71 points, and Jazreen Yali there is in third with 55 points. Nazardri and then Kevin Hung fourth and fifth. Taking a quick look at the GT3 Championship, it's Adam Zeitzinger for Pro Force Racing, leading out with 68 points. Benjamin Hackerson in second on 52, Kana Basol in third, and then we've got Tim Jackson in fourth, and then Young Min Cho in fifth place there. So that one seems to be a lot tighter. Obviously, we've come off the back of a GT3 Championship, so I'm not surprised to see that category very close. So Pro Force Racing leading the way in the teams constructors championship. We're not building anything here, Alex. Right, I think qualifying is about to finish. We've got last few people setting laps at the moment. So Ross Rizzo looking good at the moment, provisional pole position. Anthony Winkleman in second place, Jasreen Yali in third, and then Stephen Callahan in fourth. So looks close. Who we got out there at the moment? Still circulating. Brenton O'Brien still trying to put a lap in at the moment. Wants to move up. Let's see how he does. No, that's the lap finished. So he's in 10th place overall. Andrew Booth just finishing up a lap as well. He's down in 17th place at the moment, and I think that is about everyone. So I'm pretty sure I can take us through the grid here, Scott, if you want.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, Ross Rizzo starting on the pole position in Radical SR8. So and then starting right alongside him is Anthony Winkleman for Evolution Racing Australia. Yasmin Yali third on the grid. Steve Callahan followed by Katarine Boafia. Number 6 is Andika Ramamaluna. 7th Colin Klopman. In the GT1s, Lazardri 5th in class. Chris Whitaker, Brenton O'Brien, Lachlan Crowe, Federico Teixeira, Patrick Morrow, Eustace Vries, Kevin Wong, Steve Bocade, Andrew Booth, Adam Zeitinger, Ben Hackerson, Tim Jackson. The overlay changed, so my apologies. Just running through the grid. Yeah, Weihan Chan, 7th in class. Martin Creamers, Sean Thompson. And then we got Nurazam, Sattler, Sim Hoon, Daniel Late, Paul Nelson, Benjamin Brook, Ken Keong, Pitts, Simon Jorge Sanchez, Jackson Cardoso, Putra, Ferianto, Damien McPhee, Shane Rayner, Hugo Silva Jr., Cash Choi, Jeffrey Price, DK Lee, Ben Colton, Mark Lang, and Fiji Sartano rounding out the grid.
Yeah, pretty sizable grid out there, mate. Thanks for that. I was going to go through that. You stole my thunder. But yeah, 46 cars out there right now. Obviously, just a short pace lap here with with this starting on the sort of the famous back straight. You know, so many historical sort of race meetings have been run down here, and yeah, everything from sort of Formula One, MotoGP, you know, British Superbikes. See the see the cars and the bikes just coming up and down that sort of undulating back straight. A great shot. Still a lot of drivers to make their way to the grid. Of course, with the GP layout, we've got a little bit longer. On the national circuit, we'd have just seen them stuck into the chicane, and we would have been away. Here we go, as the rough safety car takes us for a little trip. Well, at least the car's going to live on, Scott. Now that the Porsche's come to replace it.
Yeah, definitely. Will be interesting to see how the traffic will fare this week, given the tight track. But yeah, as they're going to come around the final corner, and then it'll be Ross Rosé that'll take the start.
Yeah, see how he does. Of course, all of the categories are merged in this start as well. Just the nature of the series, with it being so close, no point in separating them. Oh, some checking up going on. I heard a little bit of contact, but the green flag comes out. We're racing here at Donington. Round number 3 of the Sim Racers Asia GT Championship. Rizzo away to a good start. He's going to lead going into turn 1. And look at the power of the GT1 as all of a sudden fights his way up and into second place overall. Good start all the way back. GT3s look like they've got a nice clean getaway. I'm not seeing any accidents out there. I don't know if you've spotted anything, Scott?
No, not at the moment. It was just a couple of cars coming off at the old hairpin there. I think one of the radicals got up and inside, but yeah, just unfortunately forcing one of the GT1s wide.
Yeah, we look all good. There was a couple of people who had some issues, and a few people who haven't taken to the start as well. So we're missing about 5 cars from the initial lineup. So big issue for so that's Jazreen Yali. He's unfortunately got tucked up behind Maluna there, and he really needs to be ahead. Oh, Maluna makes a mistake at the hairpin, and quick reactions from Yali gets him by. He's under the bit of pressure from Cohen Klopman. Klopman trying to shove one up the inside. Makes no sense to do it, because I expect Yali's going to pull away once we get through the high-speed section of this circuit. But yeah, what I was just about to say being an issue for Yali is no longer a problem, as Maluna looped it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, one thing I've been noticing this season is that the Corvette can keep up in the straight line. That yeah, once we get through the Craner curves and past the old hairpin there, yeah, the radical just dances away and just pulls a massive gap to the Corvette. So yeah, Yelly does that, heading up towards the top of the circuit here.
Winkleman looking particularly racy as well, right on the back of Rizzo, so I think these two are going to have a great little battle out there right now. So just over 0.3 of a second separate them. Already got a bit of traffic, so see some people recovering from an earlier accident. Exactly sure who that is. I think that's is that Fuji Sartano there? Just oh, he sort of turns in, sees the leaders coming, has to get out of the way. Not the greatest of spotting there for the leaders coming through, but in the end, no contact, so that's a bonus.
Have to lifetime. Okay, so
yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in to this one as well. Quite a different category out there, different class of racing. I'm still looking at this battle between Winkleman and Rizzo. It's really hotting up now as Winkleman tries to go around the outside, side by side. Oh, to McLean's up the hill. Never easy to get side by side through Coppice, but they're going to try it. And Rizzo has to concede into second place. He's very, very tight. Surely he's going to have a little look going into the S's. Just decides to settle back in. But yeah, Winkleman up and into the lead. Good move. Good, fair, hard fighting for both drivers. Get the feeling these two are going to be pretty nip and tuck for the rest of the race though. Oh, as Winkleman just lights the rears up coming out there, and fortunately doesn't lose too much momentum, but certainly that's going to give Rizzo some comfort that he's absolutely having to push on the ragged edge to try and get by and pull away. What else have we got going on out there at the moment? I'm just having a quick look a bit further down. Kevin Hung having a little look at the moment as well. So just up and past Federico. So moves himself into what is going to be 7th place, I believe. So 7th place in class. And yeah, good solid move into turn 1 there. Driver obviously in 5th overall, yeah, 5th overall, 4th in class. Brenton O'Brien in the booth last week decided that he was going to jump on, runs a little bit wide. He's going to lose a couple of places. Lazardri slips by, Kevin Hung goes by, Federico by, Lachlan Crowe by, and down to 9th place for Evolution Racing Australia driver. Battle just ahead of them as well. I think that was Lachlan Crowe just getting the move done too. Just check in with our GT3 leader just so we can see what's going on there. Oh, Jackson nearly makes a mistake, brakes a little bit too late and almost runs into the back of Callahan there. So, but yeah, so Tim Jackson in his Mercedes doing a great job, and he's got Zeitzinger just behind him. So Adam Zeitzinger second, 1.7 seconds back in the Audi. So totally different car, but obviously running in the same class. Should be interesting. I would have thought the Audi would have been particularly strong around here as well, able to get off the corners very, very well. But the Merc still having done some testing here, is a great car around this circuit as well. Lots of fun. Looking at Simhoon as well now, down in 7th place, 19th overall. He's having a look at Simon Sanchez right now, just half a second. This is a great little battle. Just behind them you've got Daniel Leet, Maluna as well, recovering in his GT1 after that earlier spin that he had. And then you've got Brendan Jackson and Benjamin Hackerson in there. So a great little group right now no time between them at all. It's all led by Simon Sanchez. Oh, there's a crash, an accident. That's Maluna trying to, I think, trying to sort his way through this group. Much faster car, and unfortunately, yeah, it's not working out for him today, is it at all, Scott?
No, it's not. It's just a radical go around as well. I'm not exactly sure who that was, but yeah, I think it's going a little bit too deep into the chicane there. But yeah, it looks as though it's quite a slippery track. Today must have been a hot track, maybe 39-40 degrees centigrade. Or whether it's just the traction zones the drivers are struggling. Yeah, just looks as though it's going to be a tough race for everyone, and we'll see how the pit stop phase comes into effect, because every driver has to come through the pits. The GT1 and the Radical have to just stop in the box, but yeah, the GT3 has to take fuel. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see exactly how those strategies play out through the rest of the race.
No change up front. I'm glad to see and say as well that Ross Rizzo's been able to hold on to Winkelmann here. So I think we're going to have a race-long battle this afternoon, which is always good to see. And yeah, keep both guys on their toes. Of course, right at the moment, right now, they're not really filtering through the traffic. And as soon as that starts to happen, let's have a look where the back of that sort of GT3 pack is right now. Thinking it's sort of around Andrew Booth and Paul Nelson. He's just gone a lap down, so they're going through the old hairpin right now. So it's not going to take too long, maybe another 4-5 laps, I think, and they're going to be right in the traffic. So this is when it really can make a huge difference. Driving in multi-class, where it's one thing doing it on your own and trying to leap away, but as soon as the traffic comes in, it's a whole nother ball game. I remember doing a fair amount of the old school Proto-GT back in the day, and the HPD, the GT1 and GT2, and yeah, it was all fine trying to lead and pull away in those opening laps when you've got free clear air. But yeah, as soon as you start coming up on the traffic, it's a totally different ball game. You're just a little bit hesitant and a bit cautious. Some of the drivers behind are a little bit more aggressive. They can, you know, make up a good half a second, 3/4 of a second in a lap very, very quickly. Once again, Rizzo just taking slightly different line to Winkelmann through the hairpin, and has to check up to avoid hitting our leader. Any other battles you're seeing out there at the moment, Scott?
Yeah, looking for 8th place in class, or 20th on the road, Ino Ferianto, about 0.3 of a second behind Sean Thompson, and close behind him is Wafia. So they're all in the same class, so it's a good little battle there. As to see the GT1, I think of, is that Mark Lang going through?
I'm not sure that is Mark Lang, actually.
Apologies, it might be a teammate of Mark Lang, so I do recognise that livery, but I think it might be a teammate of Mark's. So.
Oh, Mark is in the GT3s, and he's just having to do some serious avoiding action, and that is his race done. He hits the wall extremely hard there. And who was it who lost it in front of him that's caused that? I'm not really...
Just trying to wind the tape back.
Yeah, I'm not really sure on who it was, but yeah, one of the... So someone was slow down the straight and they just tried to avoid poor Mark. That's unfortunate. Innocent victim there, but yeah, collision on the back straight caused that. We do that so often with these large grids, don't we? That, you know, you just can't avoid people. Gutted for him. Chris Whittaker trying to work his way through the GT3s right now. Chris has been into the pits, worth pointing out. This is why he's in amongst the GT3s right now. So So a little 1.2 second stop, so just a little splash for him, or was that an early, very early pit stop? I'm not 100% sure, but he's definitely been in. Another driver that has been in as well in the Radicals is Lazardri, so currently 13th overall. He's at a pit stop 1.8 seconds according to my timing screen.
Yeah, it's, the timing screens are going all crazy for me at the moment, so yeah, it's kind of hard to keep up at the moment, so with all the different classes, but
battle for the lead then, as it would seem. Again, side by side, the leaders, Winkleman and Rizzo. Rizzo just couldn't quite get the move complete. Dettles back in. Attempt doesn't even show his nose going into turn 1. These guys are pulling away from Yali behind, so got 5.2 second gap, so they can start to have a little battle. Quietens down. No, it just doesn't seem to. Because it sort of has a little attack and then just settles down. Right, here we go. Starting to get some traffic now as well for these guys. You can see there's a whole gaggle of it as well ahead. So this is really when it's going to be interesting to see how they start to filter through. I'm seeing another battle on my timing screen at the moment as well. This is for 20th and 21st overall, and that is Bear there in his Corvette, just picking up a place. So working his way through. He's been in the pits as well, so getting in early, getting it done. Maybe trying to get some clear air. Pack has spread apart a lot this week, Scott. You know, consider the Bathurst race. It was very, very close all the way through.
yeah, I think it's just the strengths of the Radical SR8 being obviously a prototype car, and with the a lot less weight of that car compared to all the other cars, that it's able to lap at least 2 to 3 seconds faster, with the leaders doing 25, mid 25s, and looking down through the field, yeah, all the rest are in say 20 seconds through to 1 minute 30. So it's just with the varying pace of the different cars, yeah, we'll see a lot of stringing out at such a tight track like this one.
We're having a quick look at Ben Hackison at the moment. He's just behind Norazam. So these guys have been battling for about half a lap or so now. Pretty interesting. So Hackison is doing pretty well in the championship. Currently sat 5th in class. So top 5 always good for the points, but I get the feeling that he'll want to try and move forward here, pick up this place. See what sort of lap times he can do, because he's lapping similar sort of pace to Peter Sadler as well. So he's got an opportunity to maybe push forward and see if he can't get a podium here as well. We've still got 29 minutes of this race to go. But definitely going to need to pull a move off fairly quickly. Like I say, he's been behind here for a little while. He's got a bit of damage, so I wonder if that's sort of slowing him down in a straight line.
Yeah, maybe not so much in the draft, but yeah, it might be affecting a little bit. Yeah, as you were saying, that Bevan's doing about 0.3 of a second a lap quicker than Pete, so always that makes a little bit of a mistake there and into Nurazam, and it lets the I think is that Fuji and the Radical just sort
of going past unlapping himself more than anything there, and then letting them both go back by. But yeah, unfortunately, Fuji's got a lot of damage on that car, so probably not handling the best at all at the moment. Maluna coming up the inside as well, so going to try and get by the 2 GT3s as well. Of course, they get maximum points per class, so they're not really racing each other out there, but I think there's probably a lot of pride up for stake. You don't want to be in a GT1 and be beat by GT3s, do you? And I think last week, obviously at Bathurst, it was definitely a lot of pride on stake because they were so close. Everyone was so, well, especially the GT1 and the Radical. So. Tim Jackson obviously leading the way right now in GT3s. He's tucked up behind Lazardri. There wasn't an awful lot of difference between them in the sort of like the lap times last time, so hopefully there's not some sort of issue that's going to hold Tim up here. But I'm sure Zeitzinger, who's in second, would gratefully like to see that. 4.8 seconds behind our leader in class now. And Peter Stettler in third place. Not about you, but I'm seeing him in a nice Coke livery. Go for a nice glass of Coke. Ice, please. Bit of lemon. Yeah, and Maluna is past the two battling GT3s from last lap. So Hackerson's still not able to get by though. Still sort of sat there, just patiently waiting. Worth pointing out as well that we have had our race leader into the pits. Winkleman has come in, and it was an 8.9 second stop for him. So some of these guys have had even shorter stops. I don't know if you can just do it with a stop and go, no fuel and sort of splash and dash. But yeah, Winkleman taking a reasonable stop, and it appears like he might even have a little bit of damage on his rear wing there. So I'm wondering if the pit stop was sort of forced due to an accident.
Yeah, with the GT1s and the Radical, you can just stop and go. The fuel tank isn't restricted, so the guys can run all the way to the end from the start. But yeah, the GT3 is restricted from memory to 40% fuel tank. So
right, so they're going to have to take some. Right, yeah, I remember that from. Oh, as a engine just popped for Winkleman. That's him done. Even if it was his pit stop that he needed, it was a long one. It was going to push him back from Rizzo, but now the engine has gone, and well, that is that. Not sure if Ross Rizzo has a spotter or a teammate or anything like that, but he's coming into the pits now. He's got a bit of damage, you know, on the right side pod. I wonder if these guys have had contact somewhere and we've missed that just while we were having a look at some of the other battles, because I can't think that the engine would just go. It looked like it's probably a result of the damage. While you're just watching some of the battling, I'm gonna go back and have a quick look, just see if I can find anything.
yeah, so I'm just having a look at Dave Callahan at the moment, just making his way through Benjamin Hackerson and Nurazam, going into the chicane, heading up towards the Melbourne hairpin. So it was a great job from Steve there to make his way through the traffic, because yeah, Nurazam is trying to close back up on Ben Hackerson as well. Ben managing to get past Nurazam somewhere earlier in the last couple of laps. But yeah, Nurazam gets right up close to Hackerson there as he exits the final corner and starts lap number 14 of this race. Got 23 minutes to go, so just coming up to half race distance within the next lap or two. So yeah, it looks as though that Hackerson was able to pull a 4/10 of a second gap on Nurazam last time by, so yeah, he's definitely looking to close back up to Adam Zeitzinger, who's currently second in class at the moment. I think Sattler's had a tour down the pit lane for his stop, so it'll be interesting to see when these guys come in for their stops as well.
I've just had a very quick look at back. I've seen what's happened. There was no contact between the two. Winkleman just lost it coming out of McLean's, I think it was, and just skimmed the tyre barrier, and that's what gave him the wing damage there. But he must have also just sort of, I don't know if he's clipped anything. He's gone straight into the pits at that point because of the damage that he's gone. Obviously trying to get that car fixed. But yeah, then the engines just give out on him. So yeah, very peculiar. But yeah, has released Rizzo 6.7 seconds in the pits as well, Scott. So quite a slow one. That's going to maybe if Yali, for example, gets an absolutely storming stop and just like a 1 second stop, he could be right back in this race.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, whether there's too much of a weight penalty in terms of the fuel strategy and running to the end. Even though 20 litres might incur like a 15 to 16 kilo penalty, whether that has a huge effect on the lap times between the drivers, but obviously it will save a lot more time during the pit lane that you don't have to take the fuel. So yeah, let's see, as we've crossed half race distance as well, so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see when Yali comes into the pits as well. So still got 20 minutes to do it, as long as does it before the last lap, I think. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I think Rizzo has been substantially faster at the moment, so yeah, it looks as though that Rizzo might have this one in the bag at the moment. So
having a look at a battle that's starting to form up again. Brenton O'Brien catching up Federico again. Of course, Brenton had that accident earlier on that sort of pushed him back down when he was sort of 5th overall. Currently back up to 6th in class. Lazardri obviously has pitted behind him, but about 7 or 8 seconds back. So yeah, Brenton looking like he's having a bit of fun out there. We don't normally see him in the race, Scott.
yeah, definitely. It's good to see him out on track. I'm not sure whether he was here. Oh, he was in the box last week, wasn't he, for commentary? So yeah, it's obviously good to see him out in the race, and yeah, it looks as though he's having a lot of fun, even though he's bit down the field. So yeah, he's looking up the inside of Federico. As he spins at the middle of the corner.
Absolutely nailed by the GT1 as well. That could well be his race done. He's been scrambled straight into the pits. Oh yeah, look at the way the car's tracking as well. Yeah, not great.
Yeah, I think you do get I'm not sure whether you get a fast repair or a quick repair, so he might be straight back out.
Yeah,
so.
he does. So
yeah,
works. Actually, could have been a lot worse, couldn't it?
Yeah.
And the GT1 as well, pit at the same time, gets the same repair done as well. So both drivers away and fairly unscathed, but yeah, bit of forced pit stop. I think it cost those guys perhaps 2-3 seconds there. It really was very minimal. Right, I think we've got our P2 in class into the pits as well. Adam Zeitzinger, he's in the GT3s. Ben Hackerson was in as well. He's away, 16.7 second stop for Hackerson. Who else have we had? Sattler, he's had his pit stop and he comes through. Quick stop for Peter, 12.3 seconds. He has closed up quite a bit on Zeitzinger, not enough to really challenge him, but a good stop. It should keep him away from Hackerson, I think. So Hackerson had a good stop, but not as good. He's 5 seconds behind Sattler, so with 18 minutes to go. Could be a tall order, but you never know. We'll keep an eye on the 2 lap times and see how they progress.
Yeah, especially with traffic as well. Even though they have spread out a little bit, but yeah,
sorry, Scott. Klopman, our leader in the GT1, just runs a little bit wide through Coppice. Didn't lose the car, but just off the track, making a little mistake. He's got a massive gap to his closest rival in class, so he can afford little mistakes like that, but you know, still out there pushing.
Yeah, definitely. He's obviously trying to. I think he's leader in class at the moment, so yeah, he's just trying to consolidate his lead at the moment. But yeah, I'm not sure whether he has been in the pits yet.
No, I can't see that he's pitted, so.
Okay, so yeah, just looking to consolidate the lead that he has in class, and he's doing a good job at the moment. I think he's good 10 seconds or something like that behind the next driver in class. So yeah, looking to finish on a high here for Donington.
There is a battle in GT1 right now, as we haven't sort of seen too much of this, and that is between Maluna and Patrick Morrow. Morrow up the inside, or just defending the inside at the moment. Morrow has had a stop, which was 20 seconds, so I'm wondering if he had a penalty somewhere that's pushed him way down. We haven't really been keeping an eye on what he's been doing. But yeah, that's a major penalty for him as Maluna comes into the pits. So yeah, Morrow back free and clear. But there is a couple of GT1s just tucked up behind as well, so they could cause him some aggravation later on in the race. Lap times, mind you, lap times look pretty good. So in the 26s, quicker than our leader right now as well. What's going on a bit further down the standings, although very quickly, just to keep everybody in the loop, Tim Jackson has had a pit stop. That looks like a ridiculously slow one. What's gone on with Jacko? Coming out of the pits, but that was a massive stop. He's all the way down in 30th place. Has that got to be a penalty, or?
How long of a stop was it exactly?
Well, he's a lap down, so.
Yeah, well,
That an accident? Should we go back? So we see if he's lost the car? He's just sat there. Maybe it's a disconnection or something like that, and we haven't seen him just disappear off because he's gone back a little bit. He's running around. He was. He's run out of fuel.
Oh.
Yeah, he's run out of fuel. I don't think he's going to make it back, so I've gone back to probably about sort of 3 minutes. This is just before he was coming into the pits, so the car is spluttering going up the hill, so he just mistimed that completely. And there's nothing worse, because at Donington you've got to get up that hill, otherwise you're not going to do it, and the car is just splutting. Sightseeing's gone past. Big mistake from our leader, rookie mistake. Mr. Jackson, what are you playing at? You know? Keep an eye on that fuel counter. Come in a lap earlier. Yep, had to take the tow, and yeah, that's what's put him down and basically out of this race. So yeah, new class leader then, Adam Zeitzinger in that Audi R8 LMS E3. Proforce Racing doing their thing once again. The RA had it in the bag, I think. Jackson looked like he hadn't covered off, but yeah, pit crew and the engineering team not doing their job in the background. Sort them out, Brenton. To remind to everybody as well, we posted the link to the live timing on the on YouTube. I'll repost that now as well. Or to go and check out what's going on, you can get an idea of when everybody pitted, pit stop times and gaps between them. Somebody off to the right, who is that? Not sure. That's Putra there as well. So for the Wylam Motorsport team, club and driver, he's Mercedes, having some issues. He's staying off to the right as well. So yeah, not sure what's going on there. But he rejoins and carries on. Somebody else off as well and around. That's Jackson, just retiring. Scott Yali still hasn't pitted out front right now. He's got 4.3 seconds over Kevin Hung, who hasn't pitted as well. 1.1 second ahead of Ross Rizzo. So you're right, when these guys do pit, he's going to be very, very clear. Even though he had that longer pit stop. Maybe decided to take a few repairs or something like that. But yeah, right on the tail of Hung here, so he's going to get this, probably this move done and up to P2 overall and in class before Kevin even has a chance to pit.
Yeah, I just see that there's that the red radical of Sultano there, so yeah, just coming up a little bit of traffic there. As yeah, Kevin makes it through, or maybe not. Yeah, so yeah, Kevin's battling with the traffic at the moment there, and that's just allowing Ross Rizzo just to, as he makes a move up on the inside, and
I know Fuji wants to have a little race and a little battle out there, but he really needs to get out of the way. These guys are racing, and he really has cost Kevin a place there. I think he's going to lose it anyway, but still, you know.
Yeah, so Kevin stays out for another lap as well as Yali, so yeah, Ross Rizzo back up into second place, and yeah, I think the pit lane time about 20 seconds or so, so yeah, both of those drivers will retain at least a podium according to my timing screen, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah.
Although it will be, no, you're right, quite comfortably. Lazardri currently 4th place, 34 seconds behind our leader, so yeah, it'll be a bit closer towards Kevin, but I think he'll, like you say, I think he'll still be comfortable. Oh, who was that in the background? Making the mistake. That was Kevin's teammate, wasn't it? Who's a lap down. Winkelmann's still out there as well, trying to recover. There's a race to forget. Got our GT3 leader right behind him at the moment. Right, so let's just take a quick stock of GT3s as well, Scott, here, because after the pit stops and the issues and whatnot that we've had out there for Jackson, so it's sightseeing a lead in. Followed by Peter Sattler now in second place, and then Ben Hackerson. And Hackerson is only 1 second behind Sattler here, so got a podium position battle going on here. Brendan Jackson is about 15-16 seconds behind these guys, so they're pretty much free to go at it for the last 10 minutes of this race. I think yeah, it could be interesting to keep an eye on that battle. Most other battles have calmed down. There is still another one out there. There's a couple actually. Daniel Leet and Brendan Jackson are about a second apart, but not really battling. And if anything, I think Jackson looks a tiny little bit quicker. But there's also this battle for 10th and 11th overall. So that's 8th in class or 7th and 8th in class. So Stephen Callahan and Brenton O'Brien. Those two still very, very close. Brenton, of course, recovering after well, he's had two little spins at the moment, but took an absolute whack the last time. He did get the car repaired, but looking at it on screen now, it looks like he might have been in a few more wars since we last touched base with him.
Yeah, it's just looking back up at Ben Hackerson at the moment. Yeah, just was 7 tenths quicker than Sattler the last time around, so is right up on the back of the gearbox of Sattler at the moment. So as they come around into the final corner, and he's going to aim to get a good drive out of the corner there as they come across to start lap 24 of the race. For the GT3s, and always Ben makes a little bit of contact there, and yeah, he'll probably have to redress that
Yeah,
as he
and he does
is.
as well. He does hold on, so which is, you know, that's good sportsmanship there as well. No one likes no one likes to be just nudged. And yeah, fair play to Ben, because he could have just carried on there, but he decided, you know, well, no, we'll have a little race at it. Now, what that has done, of course, is it's brought the guys behind just a little bit closer. So they're only about 10 seconds behind now. So yeah, they can't do that too many times, otherwise they'll be under a little bit of threat on the back.
Yeah. So
Talk about that 10 seconds as well. It looks a lot less.
Gonna have a quick look at also at Brenton to see what. I have to find out what happened to Steve Callahan, whether he's managed to pull a gap to Brenton O'Brien, because I don't see.
Well, no, he's behind now. Callahan down in 13th place, so issues for him. Brenton running wide at Coppice once again. Kevin Hung's been into the pits, and you're right, he's out in 3rd place now. Like you said, just a splash, well, not even a splash and go, just a stop and go for him. Now that's it. But yeah, Yali's still leading away, getting some lead laps under his belt. Always a good feeling, but got 6.5 minutes to find his way to the pits right now. Needs that mandatory pit stop. So it's going to be about 20 odd seconds that he's going to lose. So that's going to set him down. Could be close to 3rd overall, but he might end up 4th overall, but 3rd in class. Ross Rizzo is going to be comfortably in the lead. Ackerson and Sattler again. Sorry, Scott. They've started to battle once again.
I'm not sure whether Sattler will get the off-track penalty there, because it can be quite punishing there, as yeah, he manages to hold on to the position at the moment. So yeah, through the Melbourne hairpin, just a little bit of traffic ahead as well. But I think the Radical will pull away, so that won't be a factor. But yeah, Ben doing a great job closing up back up onto the gearbox of Pete Sattler, as they both do a 30.1 the last time around. So yeah, Pete doing a great job to hold on to Ben Ackerson behind him.
Yeah, Ben definitely quicker. I've seen him, you know, considerably quicker. So I think just needs to time it well. He's had a couple of runs. Obviously, the last time just not quite make it stick, and there was contact between the two. So probably a bit more nervous just to throw one up the inside, as he knows that Peter will try and cover him off. As Sattler runs a little bit wide through McLean's and compromises his exit, not using all of the track in Coppice as well there. That can always, or that leads to only one thing, a slightly slower straight line speed down the straight. Ackerson just 0.2 of a second back. This is as close as we've seen. He pokes his nose out, has a little look, couldn't get enough of a run just to break just a little earlier. They've got one of the leaders coming through, or one of the Rileys behind, so his battle might get cut short a little bit, as goes for a cheeky little dive and takes out Sattler. Wow, that's what can happen. And wow, that was Lazardri there. Reckless, didn't need to do that. Lazardri was in the middle of no man's land as far as his race was concerned. He absolutely did not need to be passing anyone. Sattler just shoves him out as well. Just says, well, you know, thanks for that, you just wrecked my race. I'm sure that'll get looked at by the stewards on both counts there. So yeah, not terribly great driving from both of them, but of course Ackerson saw it coming, got out of the way, and yeah, he's got 2nd place. We'll stick with this, see if there's some more post reaction from Lazardri. Now that he's had the retaliation, they're going to end up knocking get 2 L's out of each other. No, they don't.
Yeah, I just see one of the Corvettes. I think that's De Vries there as well. So I think he's running 3rd or 4th in class
Yeah,
at the
3rd in
moment. So
class
yeah,
right now.
yeah. So yeah, he's really been a consistent driver over the course of the season that I've noticed. So yeah, he's
That's
doing a
why
great
he's
job
leading
holding
the
the balloon.
championship, really, isn't it? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, definitely.
I tell you, there's a good little battle starting to form up between some some teammates out there. No, I lied. Sorry, the timing screen's going all over the place. Brendan O'Brien around. Back going again. Coppice, he really doesn't like that corner. Oh, there's a collision between. Oh, we've just cursed him. Big time, Scott. De Vries. Take a quick look at that back, see what happened, because 1 minute it was looking good for some solid points. The next minute, he's out of this race. He's retired as well, back to the pits. Through the S's, one of the Audi GT3s. A weird old line. I'm not sure who that was, but takes out De Vries. And that's that.
Yeah, I have to take the tow. I think it's about a minute or minute 30 or 2 minutes. So yeah, definitely unfortunate for De Vries there.
Of course, if he's had his, he has had his pit stop. So if he hadn't already had a fast repair, or if he used that fast repair, then definitely going to be retired. But still showing us out there at the moment, just not on track. Dropping down the order. 1 minute 10 to go. Then Scott Rizzo leading this one quite comfortably. Yali now has had his pit stop. 2.1 seconds. It was quick, but he's 15 seconds behind our leader. Kevin Hung 10 seconds behind that battle. Klopman leading the way in the. He was just coming by a stricken Riley there, but yeah, leading the way quite comfortably in GT1s. Never looked back really today. Been very, very strong once he picked up the lead. Luna, of course, was out there for the first sort of lap or so, and then made the mistake. Yeah, Patrick Morrow, 2nd place in class for the GT1s. Had a good race. Again, haven't really seen too much of him. He had obviously that penalty, and pit stop penalty, 20 seconds, so stop speeding penalty, but he'll still take a 2nd place, no problem, and fair there in 3rd place in class. So Maluna's teammate will be happy with that. Yeah, those guys always seem to feature well.
Yeah, I just noticed that also Ross Rizzo crossed with the line with about 5 or 6 seconds to go, so we have 1 more lap from the leader. So yeah, so we've got about 1 minute and 25 to go in the race.
Let's see exactly. You know, when you cross the line with just that, people I think can get fuel calculations slightly wrong, and cars can run out and puff and splutter. So let's make sure none of that happens. Someone got disqualified, or just a connection issue.
Yeah, because I don't think there is an incident cap in this series. So yeah, I think just a
connection problem. But it did actually, because obviously it looks very similar when someone just flashes off for no reason, doesn't come back. So, but yeah, connection sorted itself out. But yeah, Rizzo, here he comes. Final time through the GP section of the circuit. Come under pressure from Winkelmann earlier on, and looked like he was going to have a real tough issue to try and win this one. But in the end, makes no mistakes, comes out strong, and takes round 3 of the Sim Racers Asia Proto-GT Series from Donington. Great drive from him.
Is that Zonting as well? Is it number 64?
Zoitzinger's coming around, isn't he? Klopman coming across the line. He has a little wiggle, little weave, flashes his lights. He wins GT1 today. Great job from him. And here comes Zoitzinger as well. into the final into the final corner and away. Once again, no mistakes. Put the right amount of fuel in, and Proforce Racing get themselves another victory here at Donington. Celebratory donuts going on out there for Klopman. Awesome job. Well, I enjoyed the race. Scott, gutted obviously we lost the battle for the in the prototypes. It was looking really good. But yeah, Adam now doing some donuts and having a bit of fun. Turn that traction control off and go for it.
Yeah, and also to the fact that we lost the GT3 battle towards the end between Hackerson and Sattler as well. That was looking up to be a great battle as well. But I think Hackerson coming across the line in second place over in class, so a great job from him.
He'll be happy with that as well. Obviously, that's second in the championship right now as well. So he loses a few more points to Zeisinger, but still a good, a good performance, and won't lose too much on there. So I think that's his thing really. He just needs to just see if he can find those extra couple of tenths of a second, so that he can start to challenge Zeisinger, and we'll have a bit of a championship battle. Because right now, Adam looking very confident out there. Crosswas Rizzo just extends his lead in the prototype class as well, and yeah, Proforce Racing looking very strong right now, leading obviously in those two categories. I'm not sure what that's going to do to De Vries. Where did he end up in the end, Scott?
Not exactly sure, because yeah, my time screen's all over the place at the moment. But yeah, I will run you through the final race results, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it.
So yeah, Ross Rizzo takes the win, 15 seconds ahead of Yasmin Yali. First in the GT1's Cohen Klopman. Then behind him Kevin Wang, Patrick Morrow, Fanny Lazadri, Federico Teixeira, Keterine Buafia. Then Endiko Ramamaluna, Stephen Callahan, Brenton O'Brien, Lachlan Crowe, Anthony Winkleman unfortunately going a lap down, Chris Whitaker, leader in the GT3s for Proforce Racing, Adam Zeisinger, used De Vries, finishing 5th in class, but yeah, an unfortunate event at the chicane there. Ben Hackerson, Ahmad Nurazam, Brendan Jackson, Daniel Leet, Sean Thompson, Kin Keong, Martin Kremers, Indra Ferianto, Bruno Cardoso, Pete Sadler, 3 laps down, Cash Choi, Benjamin Brook, Dane Rayner, Andrew Booth, Fiji Sultano, and then looks like the retirements, Putra, Mark Lang, Silver Jr., Tim Jackson, Sim Hoon, Simon Sanchez, Paul Nelson, Steve Arcade, and PK Lee not taking the start.
Awesome.
Also, yeah.
No, so carry on.
No, it's just also Damien McPhee, Simon Pitt, Matthew Cloet, Wayhan Chan, Jeffrey Price, and Dan Polton as well, running out the field.
Yep, good. Yeah, good turnout for today. It was good. I think a few of them obviously didn't make it to the grid, but still great fun race. Some good battling. Donington delivering a good race, and traffic wasn't too bad actually. I think the guys seemed to manage the traffic really well. So it's what we like. Right, Scott. No one's coming in for an interview, so I think we'll wrap the show up pretty quickly. Thank you very much for being on the cameras today and controlling all of that. Pleasure as always to call the action here, and yeah, we'll be back next week. I'm frantic.
Suzuka.
Yeah, thank you. I was frantically clicking to try and figure out where we were. So yeah, Suzuka. That'll be another great one. Surely the Radicals will be the strong car around there as well. Just all that downforce through the S is going to be great through Dunlop, and yeah, going to be some good hard battling. So tune in again, same time, same place next week, and don't forget to join in on the MX5. Oh, sorry, no, it's not the MX5 Cup tonight. It's the Kia Cup race tonight, and that's from 8 o'clock. And Sunday, we start our broadcasting with the IMSA Sports Car Series, before we head towards the MX5 BSR series, and that's at 8 o'clock. And we have a simulcast on as well, because at 8:30 it's the Club 73 Kia and Jetta multi-class championship for some fun front-wheel drive battling mayhem. That rounds out our weekend of broadcasting. Thanks again, Scott. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I've been Alex Simpson. We'll be seeing you again next time.